Hello everybody, this is Dr. Churi, and the first thing I want to say is my heart goes to all my French people in France. My heart goes to the victims of this horrible, horrible act of terrorism that sad enough was predicted. Now to those of you who knows my work and there is nothing that I have to say because you're already reading all my newsletters. But to those of you who do not know me, well, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Dr. Churi. I was born and raised in the south of France, in Provence, like Nostradamus. And again, I have nothing to do with a great prophet, apart from that I spent pretty much my entire life rekindling his divine astrology methodology. And with the help of Howland Software in Los Angeles, I developed a very different type of software that allows me to do all sorts of predictions. And again, if you take the time to investigate, chances are you will realize that my work is very solid. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain to you my methodology. Again, to really build cosmic consciousness, you would have to spend maybe a week, 6-7 hours a day facing me like any other of my students before you can build a cosmic consciousness. So first, let's start by showing you my very, very easy quatrain and my obvious keywords. Now this is how it works. I give a set of dates after doing some mathematical work on an astrological chart, for example. Now, the dates are pretty obvious to see. Now, for those of you who do not know, I gave those dates on my last 2 radio show. Okay? I also posted those dates all over my website, my newsletters, and all social media. Furthermore, I went all the way to the police in France, to the commissariat de police in Paris, 4 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before, and the day before with those dates. And of course, the next thing I know, I had a couple of FBI agents coming here. So the quatrain are very simple. I'm translating one type of energy that is directly affecting the police. I'm so confident about my work and the obvious quatrain that the keywords that I use, that I went to New York FBI office and directly to Washington FBI office with this. How do you expect them not to react by sending me a couple of FBI agents? Okay, these are my warnings and the pictures of obviously ISIS. And the next thing you know, the day after, NYPD alert over ISIS threat. Again, I did it before this came to CNN. And I'm not here to boast about it. I'm here to make you aware that there is something about divine astrology. Now, when those FBI agents came here, it was quite tense in this house. As far as I'm concerned, I could have been a sleeping cell, and each time I was going to get a piece of information they requested, they were very uncomfortable. I could have come back to the ground and shot them, as simple as that. So I felt the energy and I said, please come into my office. They came into my office and they glanced, they took the look at a few things out there. And then I explained to them my methodology. I said, I'm using a modified software to do my predictions. And I have absolutely no connection with ISIS. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a sleeping cell. Of course, they requested every single thing from my social security to my ID to my resident situation and everything else. And then they came to me and they asked of the reason why I was actually having so many police badges around me. And I said, but let me tell you why I have police badges. And then I showed that to them. I said, because every time I get stopped, I have gone on me, I have gone in my track, and I have to show this as the same time as I show my license to any cop that would stop me. And he said, but why do you have that? I said, well, if I bought it on Amazon.com, it's because I'm supposed I can't have it. If it was against the law, I couldn't buy those things, correct? I told him about my truck also looking like a cop car. He said, but you cannot use that. I said, I'm not stupid. Do you think I would impersonate a police officer? I'm 65 years old. And those guys were pretty young. I mean, 30, 35, maybe 40 years old. Young kids, to me. So once they saw that, once they saw my license, concealed weapon license, they know that you cannot have a concealed weapon license unless you're totally clean. So that made them feel much more relaxed, and the situation really, really eased up after that. And that's what I told them. I said, look, I have a hammer. That thing sucks a lot of gas. And when we're going anywhere with my wife, because we do a lot of traveling, I've got to stop in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. So that little thing here around my neck, okay, it's like serious divergent. It's psychology at its best, because there's a lot of crazy people, and that's a fact. They knock you in the head to get the next fixed when you're pumping gas. I don't want anything to hurt, or anybody to hurt my wife or myself. I'm smart enough to protect myself. And I told them this is why I have that, and this is why I will wear this badge wherever I go, and that's my right. They understood that. We talked about all sorts of things, of course, that I cannot mention today. But the main reason for me to make another video today is to have it recorded. In 2 or 3 days from now, the first SOS police window will come by. And that means a hell of trouble out there. Crazy people killing people. The police making the news, terrorist activity. I mean, everything that I wrote in my quatrain, my keywords, has always transpired and will always transpire. My confidence, my honesty, my transparency, my dedication to save any cop's life should be appreciated. I should not be, put on the stake. Not because you do not see or understand what I do, doesn't make me a bullshitter. I'm real. I'm more real than what you could ever imagine. I'm committed. I'm dedicated. If I can save one single cop's life, I will do it. Doesn't mean those guys, even with proof after proof after proof, they're still going to wake up and give me a chance to educate them on the cosmic code jurisdictions. Being the first cosmic cop in the world is not an easy game. Those people are there to serve and protect us, and they are the first one to infringe the cosmic laws. And I see them being wasted. That means a lot of families are destroyed and crying for something that can easily be prevented if they let me teach them how to use my software and put it on the trooper, on the car. Mix it with their own electronics. There's a big difference, as I explained to those young agents. I told them there's a big difference between education and intelligence. And knowing this cosmic timing, which is repetitive, can scientifically be proven, even though that says 1991, this is what I'm trying to do. And that would save lives. I said, not all colds are deadly. There's millions of people like you and me that are obedient citizens, smart. We're not going to shoot a cop. We don't want to do that. But there's other crazy people out there who have funny stars, deadly stars. Their UCI is messed up. Their unique celestial identity is already set to kill cops. Add a little bit of drugs, you got it. that cop is not coming back home. Instead of living constantly in stress situation, because cops are taught, regardless of any situation, to be 150% on their guard. Not all calls will be deadly. And that's what I'm offering to the police. A chance for them to relax and to know who they are going to be dealing with before they actually responding to the call. Now, and if they don't have anything about this crazy guy that they're going to be dealing with, at least they can investigate their own cosmic biorhythm to find out if they are prone at a personal level, not at a universal level, if they are prone to die that day. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to solidify all that I'm saying, because there's no doubt, there's a hell of a lot of FBI agents in all my websites. And for them to knock at my door for the second time, you would think they would have actually realized. And for me to go and knock the door of Washington and New York, FBI offices, I must be pretty confident. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do today. Give you that opportunity to realize that Dr. Churi is real, Dr. Churi is committed, Dr. Churi is not crazy, and if I behave, obnoxiously, it's because that's the only way I'm going to get their attention. Because I know I have something that's real. I know I have something that will save lives. And even one single cop life, if I can save one, I still would be even more crazy. But within the realm of the law, because as I said, I'm not insane. At 65 years old, I had time to realize if my work is bull or not. And it is real. You have people like Neil deGrasse Tyson attracting a bunch, millions of people talking about the beauty of the cosmos. That's wonderful. That's extraordinarily beautiful. I love science in all its glory. What about astrology? Astronomers have the right to deal with the physical world and explain the values of those stars on a rational level. But astrologers are also designed by God to have a more spiritual perception of those stars. That's who I am, a soul doctor. And there is no schools that can produce people like me. And I'm offering my gift to you with my heart, because I want you, if you're a cop especially, and even if you're not a cop, I want you to understand to expect God, cosmic divinity, and realize that what you've been taught, what you've been forced to believe, what you've been conditioned to accept as reality or bull may not necessarily be so. What you cannot see, what you cannot touch, does not mean it is not real. And that's what I'm here for, to help you to raise your understanding of things you have been misinformed. There's so much to say. All you gotta do when you receive one of my articles, okay, first of all, is to share it, and secondly, take the time to read past the title and investigate it. Well, as you can see, my passion is there. The goal is real. So, one more time, my heart goes to all the victims, and I don't want you to be a victim. So you want to pay attention to those dates and all the future dates that I have for all my VIPs that have joined the Cosmic Codes. God bless you. Be safe during this window.